Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen. Ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos. Están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros. Inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares. La cancha no tiene un solo pozo. El arco tiene 7 metros 20 por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que...
Santan from the Brooklyn ex-AJ. Man, me stick with a pen like JK. True say I ain't really a drinker, but I got love for brandy like Ray J. Champagne popper, 44 chopper in a black night bomber. Heartbeat stopper,
Hey, yo, people, you know who this is? You know who this is?
Latrice. Is he tired or no? So, with or no? And he's not.
And just wanted to ask you about Martin Zimmerman. He's played the most minutes for you in the Premier League. Player. Do you think he needs a bit of a rest? Because he's played so many minutes, and also with Christian Norgard hasn't started the Premier League.
Downloaded the wrong one. I was gonna try to do that little, you know the one where he did this, Vamos. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Raise the Standards. Do you know what I'm saying? And today I got an elite lineup. I've got to the right of me, I've got the realist Gunnar, Dan Negative, the real Dan. How you doing, Dan? Oh, we can't hear you.
My bad, take myself off mute. My guy, what's happening, man? What's happening, man? It's been an eventful week for us Arsenal fans, man. There's a lot to, dissect, my guy, man. I know we had a little conversation on the phone, but yeah, we're going to get into it today, man. So yeah, see what happens. But yeah, apart from that, I'm feeling good. Apart from thinking about Arsenal, everything else as well, man. Elite panel, like you said, man. Very elite, man.
100%. And to the right of him, Manny. How you doing, Manny?
Yes, all good, brother. Thank you very much indeed. Obviously, we are supposedly invincible in Europe. Such a shame that, like a majority of the other teams, English teams in the competition, we can't crack it in our own domestic league. And that is something that we can talk about for another day. But for now, I'm good. And I've also got my eye on the Europa League fixtures tonight.
Now, big up, man. Big up DJB for the raid, by the way. I was listening to you guys and with Kenny Ken right here. Kenny Ken, it was elite show. But Nats, how you feeling today?
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad, man. Just come back from work, having my munch here and there and all of that. It is what it is. But the Asna, yeah, it's not looking good, bruv, at all. Like, we got Leeds, and then we got Chelsea after that. Carry out was a foregone conclusion, but we made hard work of it. So it is what it is. Same old Arsenal.
No, 100%, man. Kenny Ken, how are we feeling today?
Oh, you know what? I saw the first half. I saw a football match. The second half, I saw, the equivalent of headers and volleys.
Rugby.
When we were kids, we used to play headers and volleys on the estate.
Yeah.
That's what I saw yesterday. Headers and volleys, all in and rush goalie. It was a mess, but got some three massive games. We can't fall asleep on Leeds. Chelsea are going to have their full tautology there. It's full weaponry of players next week, and they're going to go. They're going to go for it because they know they don't have to worry about being in Champions League because they won't play until March. And then Sunderland, that Brobby up front is a nuisance, and they've got nothing to lose. Their tactics are just set in stone when they play at the Emirates. Put men behind the ball, make it difficult, run. and see what they can get. They'll come for a point. So going to be hard week next, starting from Leeds on Saturday, and then Southern again Saturday afterwards, and in between Chelsea. Hard week.
100%. But listen, man, we won what, 8-8? Great Champions League run. Why for me it's no different to when Arsene Wenger used to be in the Champions League. We always used to make it out the groups. We always used to get it, make it out the groups. We never really suffered from that part. But 8-8, bro, it's incredible. I'll be honest, it's incredible. It's crazy work, but I think we put a lot of players in there that we didn't have to play. I feel like looking at the bigger picture now, you know, you're going for the league, you understand that you're going for the league, going for the Carabao Cup, you're going for the FA Cup, you need the players fresh. And there was so many games that you did not need the players. I think from Bayern Munich onwards, we didn't really need the players, did we? But yesterday, I thought that we would watch some football. Every time Eze and Madueke, even though we'll get into Madueke even more, but every time we see them two, we see a bit of football on that pitch. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? We even saw Norgard. That was a crazy pass from Norgard. I don't know how I'm not talking about that one, but yeah, man, 2-10s. I loved it. I love seeing 2-10s against teams like this. I mean, you know, these teams are going to play a low block anyway, so might as well just go for them. I feel like we were brave. First half, brilliant football. Second half, you know how it is. The usual came in and the usual Arsenal came out. Gyökeres goal. Havertz, crazy debut. Oh, sorry. Return. Crazy return. And yeah, man, happy days in the Champions League. I mean, Dan, I'm waiting for an apology for Gyökeres. I mean, he scored yesterday, and how do you feel now?
An apology for. I said it yesterday. First of all, the control was a clunky, lucky touch. You got away with that one. If we're being 100% honest, I'm a lying rash.
He made the run, though. He made the run,
but was the first touch clunky and lucky? Yes or no? All right. Thank you very much. The shot, yeah. What I've noticed is he puts a lot of power in his shots, because a better keeper saves that, if I'm being honest with you. A better keeper saves that, and that keeper was a mess. Did you see what he was doing in that game, the keeper? Flipping hell, he's a postman, bro, on his spare time. Come on, man, let's be serious. But I'm happy Gyökeres got his goal, but I'm still not sold on Gyökeres, if I'm being honest with you.
How about Havertz in the 10?
I was happy to see Havertz out there, and we had this little argument before, remember? I was trying to say that I was looking forward to Havertz coming back. But it's a damning indictment. So for me to be even screaming for Havertz to come back, just shows you where we're at going forward and what our strikers have been doing, man. So happy that he came back. He looked a lot more positive than certain people that have been playing in that position, passing forward. Yeah, I was happy to see him back, man. Really happy to see him back. So we'll see what happens going forward. Other players, Martinelli was looking decent, lively. The problem here is it's Kairat, innit? So we can't make too much judgment based on what we've done against this Kairat team who's got 1 point in the Champions League all season. So I can't really take much from it, but a lot of these players, I feel like Norgard, solid performance, man. I watched him live when we played Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, and he had a great performance. Then another great performance from him there. And there's an argument to say now Zubimendi's place is not nailed down, because people know how I feel about Zubimendi. Overrated, yeah. Overrated.
Are you sure you want to say this online?
I've been saying it online. I've been calling out Zubimendi online. I don't think he's been poor, but I don't think he's been great like some people have been saying. Positive Dan coming out of comments like it's the signing of the Premier League. That was his statement. Zubimendi is the best signing of the Premier League this season. What are we doing here? Yeah, he's an upgrade on Partey. Come on now. Yeah. But yeah, Norgard, I think he done enough yesterday to say, you know what? I deserve to be getting more game time in the Premier League, man. If you remember, he's again, seasoned vet in the Premier League, Brentford captain. And he hasn't been used enough for me, man. And we're seeing what he can do on the pitch. So I feel like there's a question mark over him and Zubimendi, who starts there. Madueke, your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. That was terrible. That That shot was terrible, terrible. But look at the feet. Look at the feet. He's got the feet.
This is
He's
his
got
biggest
everything.
problem. He can beat a man. He can get into the right positions, but his finishing, his final product is not good enough. So if he tightens up on that, takes a breath, and starts being more clinical with his final cross, his final shot, then we'll have a good winger on our hands. But it's yet to be seen if that's going to happen. If I'm being honest with you, man. So yeah,
100%.
I ain't got much to say about the Kairat game. It was a dead rubber. We're expected to beat them. We made hard work of it. Nah, the crunch time, like Ken said, the crunch time's coming up now. And I'm not feeling confident, Rash. That's just me, innit? I'm not confident.
100%, 100%. Manny, I mean, the game doesn't really matter, does it? But we won it nevertheless. How do you feel about that game, man, in general?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I didn't really get to see the first half of the game because where I am, the match wasn't even being screened. I think they were focusing their energies on the PSG Newcastle game and the Napoli Chelsea game, and also Barcelona against Copenhagen. I think it was pretty much taken for granted that Arsenal would get the result they need and secure top spot in the group, regardless of what Bayern Munich did. I did get to somehow see the second half, but I think I probably would have been better off not seeing it, to be brutally honest with you, especially if it was how Kenny Ken described it backstage. I'd say it was perfectly accurate. One thing which I will say, and I think, Dan pretty much hit the nail on the head when he spoke about Norgard. There's a big part of me that would actually like to see Norgard starting against Leeds, and we might be sort of going slightly into the preview of the Leeds Arsenal.
Say that again, Manny. I don't think the people heard you the first time.
I would like to see Christian Norgard starting against Leeds United this weekend. Now, obviously, Natsa and Kenny Ken might, disagree with me and come at me afterwards, and they're going to have their chance to speak, and they will. The thing is, when you take a look at what Dan said about Norgard, how he's a seasoned veteran, it also beggars belief how Arteta can just simply, continue to ignore him in favor of overworking Declan Rice, who quite frankly has turned into Declan porridge, it has to be said, and have Zubimendi by his side. We all know now from watching Zubimendi that if, as a midfield, you put him under pressure, he will start to crack a little bit. Whether it was, having the ball stolen away from him so that Richarlison could lob David Raya in the North London derby, or that ridiculous back pass from an even more ridiculous pass from William Saliba, hoping to get it back to David Raya, intercepted by Mbomo for the equalising goal. He just doesn't really have that strength to be able to cut it, really, as the ideal defensive midfielder you need. He's definitely not a 6. Now, he is able to do the business for Spain, but obviously you cannot compare Luis de la Fuente to Mikel Arteta and system-wise. It's like comparing apples and oranges, or quite frankly, it's like comparing paella to another Spanish dish, which I'm not too familiar with. Maybe Arteta could be tapas and de la Fuente could be paella. Much more refined, delicious. But when you have, so if we're going to go to a Leeds United team that was struggling earlier on in the season, but now seem to have gone and experienced an upturn in form under Daniel Farke, thanks to his decision to play 5 in the midfield and 3 at the back. Can you imagine the carnage in midfield if we were to start Zubimendi for this game? No. I think there's a part of me that believes that this fixture calls for seasoned Premiership veterans, as Dan brilliantly said, and Norgard has to start. And obviously, given the dead rubber game, just going back briefly, we were going to expect a few fringe players to start and also a few more youngsters to come on. I think we saw Ibrahim and there was supposed to be Joshua King coming on. I don't think he came on, but there was another chap who came on. I don't quite remember his name. And it was sort of as expected. And conceding a late goal probably took a little bit of gloss away. But, there really wasn't much to write home about. And look, I'm happy with the European performance, but when you take a look at some of the teams that are already now in the top 8 and Newcastle, who are, of course, in the playoffs, quite a few of them are struggling in the league. And I'm sure Kenny and Nasta will agree with me, and Dan and you as well, that it's got nothing to do with the supposed quality of the English teams and the quality of the English leagues, and more to do, quite frankly, with the fact that the standard of European club football has just gone, quite frankly, down the tubes. I mean, you saw the way Real Madrid capitulated to Benfica last night. They've been so inconsistent, it's scary. And yet, sadly, we know that all these teams that end up, middling it, qualifying for the knockout stages by the back door, i.e. the playoffs. These are the teams that end up, becoming really dangerous once we get to the knockout stages. And so as far as the Premiership is concerned, Leeds United is a must-win because I believe City have got to play Spurs, who are awful in the league and awful at home. And, Aston Villa have got to play a Brentford team that lost to Nottingham Forest in their last fixture. They're also going to be quite buoyed, having secured passage to the knockout stage of the Europa League themselves. So now we're at a stage where we can't take anything for granted. And as bad as the league is right now, you just know that there are one or two teams at the top who are capable of going on some very good runs. Even Aston Villa, who have suffered so many injuries, have managed to plug the gap somewhat by bringing in some players, including a couple of, loved old boys. So in a nutshell, this Leeds game cannot be taken for granted. We need to make sure we get a win at Elland Road, which will not be easy. And we're going to have to find a way to break through that five-man midfield and see if we can't get anything. And for that, there is no way Zubimendi can play.
100%.
And that's
100%.
We'll get to this later, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will. And Nats, how are we feeling, man? How are we feeling about that game? First half.
First half, I was actually quite pleased. The thing that I don't get surprised by anything anymore, but when Havertz was doing in one half what Nick and a living guard has failed to do in 2 years, that is shocking. That is absolute. Now, don't get it twisted. I want to make this crystal clear. Yeah, I'm not saying Kai Havertz is the answer from now till the end of the season because he ain't. He's our second highest earner technically because obviously Mr. Bukayo Saka's got his 300k and probably 150k goal bonus or 200k, whatever the fuck it is,
to pay off his taxes.
Yeah, tax breaks and all of that shit. But anyway, but it was just refreshing that when there's no pressure, we're like world champions. We're like the best team on the planet. We move it about, and before half time, that should have been at least 5 or 6. And if we'd have kept to Ethan, Max Diamond wasn't injured and all of that, it probably would have been, as well as a few other players. For me, I was actually quite pleased, but the second half was absolute diabolical. It was dog shit. When you have Nick in a living guard, Oda clapped, come on the pitch straight after half time, you notice how the energy just drops. It collapsed. It absolutely collapsed. We lost that half. Yeah, we won the game, whatever. It was a no rubber. It didn't mean jack shit. We lost that half 1-0 because of that guy and the manager that decided to put him in there in the first place. Honestly, guys, it's beyond a joke. If you can't see that this manager is at fault for 90% plus, and I'm being generous here, 90% of what's going on out on the pitch, then I'm look, you're living in cuckoo land, Delulu land, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, that game last night showed why we're so close, yet so far. Because even when we're doing well, it's only ever really one half. We'll make certain decisions that will kill the momentum of the game. And what was interesting to me is just with the energy dropping when Odegaard came on the pitch at half time, right? You could see it with the players. You could see it in the performance. You could even feel it in the stadium, even though there was hardly anyone there, compared to obviously Man United and that, of course. So it just felt flat in the second half, which is why it was so bad. Odegaard being a part of it. What does he do? Nothing. Couldn't get an assist, couldn't get a goal. For me, it's done. It's over. I said this after the I said this last night, and I definitely said it after the Man United game. Martin Odegaard is beyond finished. We should be moving on from that guy. Yeah. Arteta, his biggest mistake is I initially thought it was bringing Havertz to the club, but actually it's making Martin Odegaard captain because now he's put himself in a position
and building a team around him.
Yeah, Yeah, along with Bukayo Saka, but more so Martin Odegaard than Saka, because to be fair, Saka was getting the numbers, but again, overplaying and all of that, you know, running him into the ground. But making Martin Odegaard captain, he can't drop him now, because if he does drop him, he admits defeat. He admits all of this PR process was a facade. I'm afraid to say the masquerade is over. David Porter settings, do you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. So, you know, at the end of the day, he knows what is required for us to get over the line, especially in the league. You know, I don't think we're good enough in the Champions League. Yeah, we could win the FA Cup. You know, for all intensive purposes, we should get past Chelsea. And on a one-off game, I don't see why we can't beat City at Wembley. But will this manager do what's required? Will he drop Odegaard from the bench? Or to the bench, rather, or drop him from the squad entirely? No, he'll never do that. Only when he's injured. And that's it. Even Saka, like, we know he's running on very little. He's running on empty. But the amount of times this manager has had chance after chance after chance to rest him. Declan Rice more recently, which is why he's been off the ball. And he's playing in the wrong position as well. Wrong role. Zubimendi, wrong role. He's not a DM. Declan Rice should be our DM. All he is, and what he is, minus the set pieces, is an old-fashioned, old-school defensive midfielder, ball winner. That's exactly what he is. He gets in the right positions defensively off the ball, makes the tackle, whether he slides in there or he stands his ground, then he'll make the easy pass. He'll make the best option pass. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's a much better version of El Nene, but really and truly, that's what he is. He's just an old school DM, but he does it really well. But this manager thinks he can do the whole, I don't know, like what?
Up and down. Number 8, kind of.
Yeah. Do the Frank Lampard, get a few goals here and there, but kind of do the Scholes thing as well and do the.
He wants him to be a Steven Gerrard, basically.
Yeah. Stevie G.
He
wants him to be our Stevie G, and he's not Stevie G. Yes, Declan Rice can cross the ball like Stevie G.
Mm-hmm.
The odd free kick, even though we haven't seen it, but he can't shoot from range like Stevie G, and everything else that comes with it. So, you know, like we're not even sport for choice. We're starving for just proper football, and with that comes success. You know, our defense is nowhere near as solid. Our goalkeeper ain't it. I've been saying this. David Raya, he's good, but he ain't that fucking good. As a number 2. He's probably one of the best on the planet. Definitely one of the best in Europe. As a number 1, he's not elite. And it's not even just because of the height. He just doesn't have what elite level goalkeepers have. Oblak. I would take Oblak over David Raya right now. Even right now. Because he's shown and prove it. Neuer, you could say he's past his best and all of that. Watch Bayern in the latter stages of the Champions League. You know, you got Courtois in that. You got Donnarumma, now at Man City, of course. Those are the levels. David Raya is nowhere near that. Even a Finnish Neuer, pretty much. He's nowhere near that. You know, and then no left back, basically, because Calafiore is constantly injured. Yeah, we've got Hincapié. Cool. He's a good player, but he ain't an out-and-out left back. We had one in Kieran Tierney, KT, my fucking guy, and we sold him. And we didn't replace him with someone like a Tyreek Mitchell from Palace, who we could have got on a free at one point, by the way. We could have got him on a free. It's these constant decisions that this club and this manager make. And then everyone else is so surprised, aka Positive Dan, etc., like why we haven't won the league, why we haven't won the Champions League, why we've basically gone another season trophyless. Like, I'm just sick and tired of saying the same shit. And we'll be proven right once again, unless this manager gets his head out of his own fucking ass. And that's the bottom line. Point blank.
It's the only thing that's going to save us, Nats, is if Man City keep faltering. That's it.
It's not going to be enough, bro. Because if Man City drop a lot of points and Villa, guess what we're going to do, bro? We're going
to drop more points. That's what he's going to say. I know you're going to say that.
That's exactly what's going to happen. But you know this, brother. You know this.
Big up the chat, though. Big up Caps. Big up BVK. Big up Kyle Woosh. Legend. Big up Mr. Pads, Ryan. Big up everyone. Kenny, last but not least, people. Listen, Kenny, this is the thing, yeah. Me and Me and Dan, we spoke about it before and whatnot. I always tell them that with Madueke in the team, I just feel a little bit more, I see more football in this team. I see us creating more chances, regardless of what he does in the final third, especially with Eze in that number 10. And yesterday we had those two number 10s with Havertz kind of like roaming around, playing that little behind the striker kind of role, make the right moves. And even Nelly got into the party. You know what I'm saying? Even Norgard was making passes. I mean, do you agree with me that Madueke is the best choice over Saka nowadays, or?
Madueke's the thing with Mikel's such a joy out of the way we play. We want to play with sort of flair, attacking football, and he's so rigid with his system of, you got to play in that role. You got to make sure that you're difficult to beat, make sure you don't get overloaded. And everyone praises us for being really organised and hard to beat. But the problem is that there's certain games where we need a bit of flair, and he's killing us. The only time, this is going to be the rare time you're going to see some flair and panache, and probably Wigan. You won't see what you saw yesterday. That was just like a treat. Back in the day, when there wasn't the variety of takeaways that we have now. Back in the day, the McDonald's was like a treat because there wasn't that much competition in takeaways. Well, that's what we got yesterday with the way we played. And let's be honest, it nearly went pear-shaped because yesterday we weren't keeping it simple. So all the flair that we were displaying just went to the pots yesterday because too many players were trying too hard to impress. Not taking the normal option. Madueke, Eze, Victor, all trying too hard. And then it looked like a mess. It looked like a joke. And then bringing on Martin Odegaard, and that, if you ever want to suck the joy out of any attacking enjoyment we have, just bring him on. Bring him on. He was part of that problem. He wanted his goal. Eze wanted his goal. Madueke wanted his goal. Gyökeres wanted that trick because the team's crap. And then when you've got so many people wanting individual goals, that's when the quality of the football, gets affected, and that's why it becomes a mess. Hopefully, when we play Wigan, that we see for Wigan for what we are, keep it simple. You'll see your 6 or 7 nils. But saying that, in terms of bringing Madueke into the team, he's not doing enough to, like I said,
to play over Saka.
But Saka should be dropped in any era, any time of the year. I'll drop Saka. The 3 players I'll definitely drop are Saka, Odegaard, and I'll drop the forward and just say, you know what, Mikel, fill your boots. I wouldn't play Gyökeres.
Who would you play then, Kenny? With the players disposable, obviously.
Look, obviously Mikel played both of them injured, but I wouldn't play Jesus don't look fit. He plays in little spurts, and Victor's just got no confidence. Another thing as well, there's the disconnect between Victor and the team is so bad that the players don't pass to him. Odegaard, the biggest culprit, and Saka and Martinelli. Not so much Trossard, but they don't find him. And then when they do find him, he's not in the box. So it's a bit of both. There's disconnect don't just work one way. It works both ways. It works the way you guys don't want to see because you like Gyökeres. But it's factual. When Saka and Martinelli do put the ball in, he's not there. So there's a disconnect on his side. But without a shadow of doubt, last month, Brentford at Chelsea away, Brentford in the league, Brentford at home, it was so blatant they were just using this guy as a decoy. They said, you know what, we don't rate this guy, we're not going to pass to him, but if he makes this space for us, we can get into space and have shots and goal. That's what they're doing him. And then you have people who like Victor go, you know what, Victor, man, he's got a dimension to his game. He brings these players into play. He really puts defences and occupies the space, at least space for other players. Do you know who used to say that about 25 years ago? Emil Heskey. So we've got Ian Rush. We thought we'd get Ian Rush, and now we've got Emil Heskey. People need to make their minds up. Do you want Ian Rush or Emil Heskey? Because you want Emil Heskey, tell Gyökeres to keep him playing like that. But where's the 25 goals a season we've been promised? We were told last season that the only problem, everything's in place. All we needed is a striker to put the ball in the net. But what all Arsenal fans didn't do, they didn't factor the way. They didn't factor two things: Mikel Arteta and our style of play. That style of play only fits a split striker, false number 9. We all know it. We all know he's not going to change. So Gyökeres has got to change for him, and it's not going to happen. And we're in such a rut in terms of our form where because it's only going to get worse if we don't improve. Where
Hey Kenny, little question, yeah? Little question. If Gyökeres played under Wenger or Unai Emery, do you think he would get that 20 goals?
Gyökeres wouldn't play under those guys because his first touch ain't great enough. Unai Emery might give him a bye. Wenger wouldn't. Wenger would look at his first. Wenger didn't like traditional strikers either. He didn't. The only traditional striker he liked was Adebayor, but he put up Giroud because Giroud had a good first touch, good on the ball, but it's as slow as anything. And when he knew he was leaving, when he left, you know, we had the Aubameyangs, but in essence, when you think of it, out of that centre forward, he wasn't exactly a big fan of Ian Wright, was he, Wenger?
No.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Ian Wright, in his first full season, when Ian Wright got injured, off you go. He bought an Elka who everyone thought was going to be elite, and he should have been elite. But the traditional centre forward, Wenger, no way. And I think Victor Gyökeres' biggest problem at Arsenal is his first touch and his technique. We don't want to admit it because we look at what happened in Portugal, and he's fantastic. But if you have to be honest in your heart, and you watch Arsenal inside out, and you know what's required technically in your heart and your head, you know there's a disconnect. That he's always going to be on the back foot because his technique ain't the greatest.
Yeah, I just want to add to that, Kenny, because you made a great point. Like, I wouldn't say personally Adebayor was a traditional striker because he had a first touch, he had tech. He scored an amazing goal against Spurs. What was that? 07-08 season.
And he scored a similar goal against Newcastle as well that season.
Yeah. Adebayor was a baller. Whether we love him or hate him for the celebration when he went to City and he went to Tottenham, of course, and all of that shit. Like, Adebayor had tech. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was glad when Gyökeres came through the door, but I'm not one of those fans that was like, oh, he's technically gifted, he's amazing. No, I knew he was a traditional striker. I knew his first touch wasn't great. I knew he couldn't dribble. But what I thought was going to happen, potentially, was that Arteta would see that he's a traditional striker, like what Pep saw with Erling Haaland, and then adapt his philosophy, his tactics to cater to Victor Gyökeres with all the other players that we have. Havertz when he's fit. You know what I'm saying? Saka, if he's got enough rest and all that, and he has enough fuel in the tank. Martinelli when he's not doing foolishness. Trossard. You know what I'm saying? Declan Rice. I know Declan Rice ain't that techie, but you get where I'm coming from. Like, he's got okay fundamentals, but he's more defensive player. But they can all do the job. The Timbers and that. Both are centre backs, but way more so Saliba. Like, got the squad, we've got the first 11 that can cater to someone like a Gyökeres to get them goals. But ultimately, I do agree with you. Yeah, Gyökeres technically ain't it, but that's not why. Well, that's definitely not why Berta bought him in. He bought him in because we needed the goals, and then this manager's out here trying to prove a point, sticking to the false 9, to the second striker. With Marino and all that, with Havertz.
It is, bro. As long as Mikel Arteta is here, you're not going to see us move away from the false number 9. And to be honest, is it really his fault? Football's changed so much that the centre forward, who killed the centre forward? Thierry Henry killed the centre forward because he just changed the way forwards play. He had so much about his game that Thierry Henry wanted to be the guy who scored the tap-in, he wanted to be the guy who scored the worldie, and he wanted to be the guy who assisted. And he was that player at Arsenal, not so much at France, but Arsenal. Since then, it's changed. Harry Kane doesn't even. Harry Kane, he wants to be the guy who scores the tap-ins, the headers, and the worldies, but he wants to assist as well. So Harry Kane plays differently. That's what we were dealing with a centre forward. But I feel sorry for centre forwards nowadays. If you who bag goals at schoolboy level and bag goals in the reserves, bag goals, because when they come to like to play in the first team of any leagues these days, especially our league and especially Arsenal, it's like a joy's been sucked out of them.
Facts. Hey, and you know what I realised yesterday? I was watching the game. I'm looking at Arteta and it's looking like it's a Champions League final. He's tense. He's standing up. He looks angry. Relax. This is Kyra at home, man. He's meant to be relaxed. Sit down, Arteta. That's how you know that this guy's so controlling and rigid. Even Kyra, a dead rubber, he can't let go. He can't just say, you know what, go and play, guys. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Because he knows his ass is on the line.
Yeah. He's a bit stressed about the game. That Man United game as well. That kind of like got to him and everybody turned on him. And that's why he was so stressed in the press conference. You can see him in the press conference. He was a bit stressed. He's like, He was
on edge yesterday. I was like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Just relax, Mikel. Flipping hell. This is our problem, man. He's not going to let them go and play and let them off the leash. It has to be so controlled. Yeah? This is our biggest problem.
100%.
And I know
100%, man.
Odegaard. Do you feel like Odegaard's fall off is partly to do with Mikel Arteta as well?
Yeah, he's not that bad. Odegaard and Saka's not that bad. Are not that bad, sorry. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're telling the man to come so deep to pick up the ball, and he's not in those pockets where he's meant to be, obviously I think he's not good enough. But I think one of the biggest reasons is Arteta and hooking your captain off, 55 minutes. He ain't got the mentality to deal with that, Odegaard. I don't think he can deal with that. It's embarrassing. You're 3 games in a row, you're getting taken off as captain. Everyone can see that and everyone's going to talk about that. You know that. Yeah, man, it's just poor man management from Arteta once again, man. Poor man management.
And it's happened multiple times before that as well. He's been hooked off 50, 60, definitely 70, even the odd times 80 plus minutes. Like, for me, I've always said this, just very quickly before we bring Kyle Walsh in, big up, my brother, each and every single time.
Kyle.
Big up, brothers.
The thing with Odegaard is that he's not a number 10. When have you ever seen him play number 10 before he came to Arsenal? He wasn't a number 10 at Real Madrid. He wasn't a number 10 on loan at what's his fate, Real Sociedad and that. Vitesse or whatever Dutch team he was playing for. Or no, it wasn't Vitesse, it was Hervin or something like that, yeah? He's never played number 10. He's played more right wing before he came to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? He should really be, and what he is a deep line midfielder. Because when he receives the ball on the edge of our box, he never loses it. Have you noticed that? He never loses it. Even when he's been playing shit, he will never lose the ball deep in our own half. But further forward, he does the same U-shape, sideways, way too many touches. You do that in our own half, as long as you're not being pressed, of course. That's when that applies. But when you're further forward, when you have too many touches, you kill the game. And we saw that last night. Same old, it is what it is.
100%, man. 100%. Big up everybody that's locked in. Big up Prone, big up Oregon, big up Touch as well. Hey, listen, Kyle. I mean, you saw the game. Like we said, it's the 8th game. Really, no pressure. We wanted to see some football out there. And did you enjoy the game? Did you enjoy the game, Carl?
Rashid, big up to yourself, brother, and big up to the panel. Great to see you all, and big up to the chat. Look at Rashid, you just asked me a question about football. I haven't seen good football from this Arsenal football team for years. I think that we are now playing the worst football I have ever seen, and this year is my 40th year as an Arsenal fan. The football that we are producing week in, week out is shocking. Kane goes to the matches. My God, how you can sit there, brother, and watch this crap week in, week out. And that's what it is, crap. People tell me that we're first in the Premier League. We won 8 matches over 8 in the Champions League. We're winning fuck all under this manager. Let's call it a spade. We're not winning nothing. This man's not good enough. This manager's not good enough. We are falling apart. The pressure is on. And this is what I've been looking at for the last 2 to 3 weeks now. It's a team that's crumbling. We're relying on Odegaard as our captain to get us over the finish line, like the great Patrick Vieira, the great Tony Adams, the great Frank McClintock, and all the other greats that were able to get the team over the line. This Odegaard is no captain.
Kyle, not to be rude. Sorry, Kenny needs to go. I'm saying,
No,
Kenny.
because I've got something I do every Thursday about 8 o'clock. So yeah, just wanted to say hello to you guys. I haven't seen you for a long time. So yeah, next time I'll give you everything. Okay.
No, 100%. What's your prediction, Kenny? What's your prediction?
Well, I think I think Gabriel's going to score a winner from a set piece.
Yeah.
And the Chelsea game is up for grabs. It's 50-50. We're in front by virtue of, of winning 3-2, but there's no way, guys. They got their big hitters. And if they box clever and we keep on playing like we playing, and we build a team around underperforming players like Saka and Odegaard, then we'll be watching the League Cup final on TV, all of us.
Fact.
Facts, 100%, man. 100%. Thank you for being here, Kenny, again.
Thanks for having me.
Please make sure you...
Legend.
Yeah, Rash, I've got to leave too as well, brother. So, my prediction...
Sorry, Kyle.
Big up, Kyle, brother. Wonderful to see you. Hopefully, we'll stay for a little bit longer together because it's been a long time since we've spoken. Arsenal to win 2-1, maybe not necessarily with a set piece, but it's going to be another scummy, jammy, ugly win, but I don't care. We need 3 points any which way. I don't care about statement wins. Winning is a statement. Get it done, boys. We're counting on you. Bye, everyone.
100%. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. Hey, Kyle, sorry. Continue. He was on the run now.
Yeah, no, just saying that Odegaard being taken off after 55 minutes. This is supposed to be our captain. I think there's something going on in the dressing room myself. I think there's a bit of friction going on. I think the tactics are it's a fucking embarrassment, really. And we're not playing football. We're relying on set pieces. 10 minutes to take a fucking throw. What's that all about? 10-minute conversation like you're down in the pub before you cross the ball, before you take a free kick. It's the same thing. We're relying on set piece after set piece after set piece. This football is putting me to sleep on a weekly basis. I'm sitting here falling asleep. Why should I spend hundreds and hundreds of euros to go over to watch this crap? It's crap. And we're not going to win any league title playing this crap. Trust me. I've been saying it all year. We are now 4 points clear. If we were any good, Rashid, if we were genuinely any good, because I hear that with this world-class team, world-class manager, and world-class this, world-class that, if we were genuinely any good, we would be at least 12 to 15 points clear of the rest of the pack at this stage. The league should be won by now. That's how bad the rest of them have been. But yet Man City and Aston Villa are still 4 points behind us. And I think that we're in for a tough game against Leeds United on Saturday. Everybody thinks that we're going to rock up there and win 2-3. No, we're not. That this could be a banana skin, and Man City could win and Villa could win, and then there's 1 point in the difference. I'm sick to death of these players being made out to be something that they're not. I'm sick of it. People talking to me about Odegaard. People talking to me about Saka. Saka getting a 5.5-year no contract, £300,000 a week. For what? For what? You get contracts for achievements. What the fuck has he achieved at Arsenal Football Club? Nothing. He's gone backwards. People say Arteta is at fault, and he is at fault to a certain degree. I never thought Saka was a world-class football player. He's a good football player. I saw world-class. That man behind me, he's world-class.
You never thought he would get to world-class, Kyle?
Never thought he'd get to world-class, Rashid. Never. I thought he was a good English international football player. Rashid, we have a problem. I don't know what it's like in England, but over here in Ireland, and I'm sure in other European countries, we have a problem. And the problem is when it comes to England. Don't get me wrong. I actually shouts for England in a World Cup or a European Cup when Ireland is not in it? The simple fact is because I support Arsenal Football Club. Some people say, "Oh, I don't support England." That's being hypocrite because I watch the England game week in, week out. But the problem with England is the English media, paparazzi, whatever you want to call them, makes these players out to be something that they're fucking not. They're saying that Saka is world class, Phil Foden, all these. Let's see if they're world class and lift up a World Cup. Then call them world class. The most natural gifted football player I ever saw, English football player I ever saw in my lifetime, was Paul Gascoigne. He was the most gifted. No, I guarantee you, Paul Gascoigne, Saka and these lads wouldn't be fit to tie the boots of Paul Gascoigne. Wouldn't be fit. Wouldn't be the same fucking league as him. Not the same world as him. Then you have Havertz. Havertz played half a decent game last night against the number 405th club ranked in world football. 405th.
Did you check it, Kyle?
and Kai Havertz plays a decent game against them, and everybody knows saying he's a no Dennis Bergkamp. Let's cop our fucking selves on. Calm the fuck down. Everybody is hyped up. Think we're going to win the quadruple I'm listening to.
Yeah. That's what they're saying.
Rashid, I swear to God, brother, it's been a long time since we saw each other and spoke to each other.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Rashid, I've not seen enough. They're winning nothing, brother. They're winning nothing. And I will be proved right once again. And if this happens, Arteta has to go. It's as simple as that. He has to go at the end of the season. If he doesn't win major titles,
no doubt.
I'm sick
Yeah,
of it. It's boring.
I've got a video to send you, Rash, man.
No way. I need that video.
I'm going to give you an exclusive, fam. Positive damn, breaking down, cracking. Cracking. I'm going to send it to you.
We will be there. We will be there.
Listen, Positive Dan, he's gonna watch this, you know. He's gonna watch this, you know.
That's all right. That's all right, bro. What he did, my man Carl just said there is exactly what he's saying. We don't win anything this season. He's got a goal, mate. That's how he's talking right now. He's cracking
100%.
up.
I feel like a lot of fans are saying that, and I feel like even if you're the most positive fan, there is always a line. There's always gonna be a line, you know. When it came to Wenger, it was hard for people to let go of Wenger. Do you know what I'm saying? In all those years, you know, what he won. But it got to a point where people turned on him, or not turned on him, wanted him out. Do you know what I'm saying? But we go next game, you know what I'm saying? We're going against Leeds, you know, compact. Like Manny said. Sorry?
When they start on Leeds, they're unbeaten in their last 5 games at Ellen Road. They've played 10 games at Ellen Road this season. They've only lost 2 games. To Aston Villa and Tottenham. Newcastle have turned up there. Who else have turned up there? Liverpool have turned up there. Man United have turned up there. They didn't drop. They didn't lose, bro. Chelsea, 2 losses in 10. No.
Are you worried? Are you worried, Dan? Are you worried about the game? And
winning that game,
give us your opinion on the game.
Very concerned about that game, and from what I've heard, Ellen Road is a proper old school stadium. Yeah, the fans are right on top of you. Yeah, so it's going to be a hard game. They're going to be up for it. They're going to know that we beat them 5-0 at the start of the season as well. So that's going to be in the back of the Reds as well. Revenge settings. That's what's going to be on their mind. Calvert-Lewin scoring. Probably better striker than anything we've got at Arsenal right now in his current form. Putting away goals. It's going to be a difficult game. I think they're going to be up for it. They're going to get stuck in. Zubimendi starts. We're in big trouble. You know he's not susceptible.
They'll overpower us in midfield.
100%. Gyökeres, I don't know who's going to be starting up top. If Gyökeres starts, he's going to throw out another stinker.
Who would you start? Yeah, I hate you with these questions. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of questions you get here.
I said it yesterday. I would start Marino up top, man. That's going to be music to your ears, Rash. You know what I'm saying? I'll start Marino, bro. Based on what we've got at the moment, I would start Marino. That's who I would start. And that just says it all that I'm asking to start Marino, bro. That's where we're at as a football club.
I mean, Marino's got sick. Big up, Matty, by the way. Marino's got sick, attack positioning. Like his positioning is elite. Let's be real. Like even the goal that he scored against Man United, he was right place, right time. I'm not talking about Moreno in midfield. Moreno midfield is completely terrible in midfield. But like, he's got positioning. Matt is saying, chat, and my brother on the panels, or my brothers on the panel, Leeds pulling up with 2 extra men in midfield and playing with the ball on the floor. You know our weaknesses. And when the ball is played on the floor, what do you think of that, Dan?
Hey, Matty,
And what's your prediction as well?
Facts. This is not a win, people. When I feel like there could be a loss for Arsenal, I predict a draw. So that's what I'll be doing again, just like I did against Man United. Yeah, and people wanted to call me negative when I was saying it's going to be 1-1. That was too positive. Yeah, when I was saying that I was concerned about their attack, you know that meme that came out, Cunha Bruno. I was saying I was very concerned about it. Who scored? Do you understand? Slapped it. Yeah, if that was ever an Arsenal player, Cunha, when he picked up that ball, you know what was happening? That was going out to Saka. There was no shot coming there. It was going out to Saka. Do you understand? But yeah, I think it's going to be a draw against Leeds, man. It could be worse. I can't see a win in this game. It's crunch time. The pressure's on. Don't know what the lineup's going to be. If Odegaard starts, it's definitely over. It's definitely over. Odegaard starts, we're done for. It's finished. Just forget about it. Because I could have gone Leeds, innit? Man was telling me to come Leeds, Ellen Road. Never been Ellen Road. It would have been a good away day. But then I said to myself, why am I going to be driving up there for 4 hours when this is the way I'm feeling, like we're not going to win? I'm not going up there to get a draw or a loss. Sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Staying in London.
You must be driving to get there in 4 hours, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
money for the ticket, money on petrol, food,
petrol.
I'm staying at home, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, not to see that football. It's going to be slow. It's going to be Lafarge. It's going to be sideways. We get a couple set pieces, then we're in with a chance. You know what I'm saying? No, it's real, Rash. It's real, man.
Hey, you know how much? By the way, just a little stat I heard. I think someone said it. One of the team said it. He said that out of 42 goals, we scored 17 set pieces. That's obviously including the penalties as well. That's nearly half the goals. That's how weak our attack is. And that's why I always tell them, set piece coach in. And I'm saying he's the real manager. And I'm saying he's the real manager.
I said it, when the set pieces dry up and we start conceding goals, we're in big problems. Yeah? And this is what's happening now. We can now concede in goals. Set pieces have dried up a bit, albeit we still scored one against Man United, but it didn't save us this time. We're in big trouble, Rash, man. I'm sorry. Anyone in the chat that's feeling positive, I would love to be where you're at right now, but Leeds, nah, it's not going to happen, guys. I can't see it.
I mean, even the positive people. Big up DL, man. Big up Greppin, bro. Big up to you, bro. Thank you. Oregon Binks, big up to everyone, man. Smash the likes up and sub to the team, of course. Nats, listen, man, it's a tough game. You think that 5 against our 3 midfielders is going to do the trick? What are we going to do? What is the solutions? You know we're going to play with Saka and Odegaard. So, do you know what I'm saying? Let's just pass. What are we going to do, Nats, in your opinion?
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the same shit that we did against Man United, but worse. Much worse. Because like you said, Nick and Livingard's going to start. Starboy's going to start. And Zubimendi's going to start. Who's the ultimate, other than Odegaard, he's the ultimate liability in midfield because of how this manager wants to play. And it's not been working all season. Was it Zubimendi's got, 5 league goals or something like that? Yeah. You know, he scored against Chelsea in the League Cup. And it was a very good goal, by the way. But again, it just goes to show that he ain't no fucking DM. Like this manager honestly believes, right, that Zubimendi's like this new gen Xavi Alonso. Because obviously, for those that don't know, Xavi Alonso was at Real Sociedad before he came to Liverpool, and then he went on to, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Zubimendi is nowhere near the level of Xavi Alonso. Nowhere near as a player. And for me, I was the one that was saying that Leeds would stay up this season, and they are going to stay up. And this is what I didn't think they'd do this well, but I thought they would be kind of where Forest are, similar points, similar position. But Leeds are showing that with a manager as well that has already been relegated, multiple times with Norwich in the past. This time around, with better players and understanding the players that he's got, you know, being at Leeds, bigger and better club than Norwich, of course. Like, you see the difference. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, yeah? He stopped doing them Head and Shoulders commercials and the one with the handbags and all of that shit. And you see the results.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah, head, shoulders, knees and toes and all of that, bro. He's doing the business for them. You know, he's focusing on his football. You can do that shit in the summer for all I care. Do you know what I'm saying? And he will score. This is why this game, right? I'm going to take it one step further than what Dan's saying. I'm predicting a loss. I predicted a loss last night, bro. You know, after the carry-out game, of course. Like, I think we'll lose at least 2-0 because saying, yeah.
No set piece.
I'm going ultra negative, bro.
What about the set piece?
Nats on the. Let me cut you one. On that, I just checked now. They've only lost one in the last 10 Premier League games, home and away, bro, as well. Mad.
Yeah, see, I know what I'm talking about, bro. This Leeds team is going to destroy us, especially in the midfield, because we know Odegaard's going to play and we know Zubamendi's going to play. Same positions, same roles. Declan Rice is going to be doing work of 3-man in midfield just by his ones, right? It's going to be an absolute calamity. Ever since, I would say, since the Liverpool game, right, at home, that's when I knew the capitulation would start. And then it was confirmed against Forest away and even more so Man United at home. Oh, we haven't lost at home this season. Well, we have now. And against Leeds United, it's going to be rinse and repeat, but it's going to be a hell of a lot worse now because this manager is already out of ideas. You could see it after Man United when he's conversing with AirPod Albert. They're done. Clueless, Chuckle Brothers, innit? To me, to you, like trying to converse ideas that aren't even there anymore. It's done. It's the gravy train is fully finito, bro. It's done. And what you're going to see at Leeds on Saturday night, you're going to see a generational stinker and hooked from Odegaard back once again for the Renegade Master. You're going to see Zubamendi doing his same old usual bullshit, getting pressed to high heaven, and Ellen Road it's a hostile environment, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Zubamendi's going to get fried out there. He's not going to get cooked, definitely not slow cooked. He's getting fried, bruv. Fried chicken and all of that, bruv. Like, I'll be amazed if that guy, gets past 45 minutes and he ain't just like, can't do it anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad it's going to be. And I don't want it to get this bad. I want us to win the league. I want us to win the quadruple. I would love to be that guy. But I don't see it. The set pieces are drying up already. Like you said, Dan, it's nowhere near going to be enough.
Hey, listen, Matty's saying, and that's on that note, big up views, by the way. Big up views. I see you, bro. I see you. DOG as well, Pro. I see you lot. Hey, listen, this is what Matty said. Leeds are third in set pieces. Nobody wants to discuss how shaky we look defending set pieces.
Facts.
What do you think of that, Nat?
Facts. I'm glad you actually cut me off at that point in time because that's a great point. Big up, Matty. I still need to finish the stream, brother. But at the same time, right, we've not been defending well across the board, period. Set pieces is just one element of the game. When the opposition has the ball and they're playing it on the ground, like what Man United did. Man United was the epitome. It was the perfect example of what's round the corner from now till the rest of the season. It's going to be horrible to watch. It's like watching a fight, and one of the fighters, is getting beaten the shit out of, and their corner is not throwing in the towel, even though it should have been thrown already. That's where we're at. We're at that point where the towel needs to be thrown in, and it's not been thrown in yet with this manager. With certain players, Havertz, but more so like Odegaard, Zubamendi now. Gyökeres has been poor. Madueke, one of them shots last night, big up North each and every single time. That shot last night, towards the end of the game, did you see that? That went out the fucking stadium. That went into orbit, bruv, I swear. It was horrible. Trying to score, bruv. And he's not scored a single Premier League goal. for a year, pretty much. Like what are we doing? 150 grand a week. Bukayo Saka 300 grand a week. He ain't doing it no more. People can talk about, oh yeah, but he can maybe still, once he recovers.
He's the pre-assist.
Yeah, the pre-comment, whatever. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Bukayo Saka, should be moved centrally. If he even should be playing, move him centrally. Change the formation. Why can't Saka get the free role? As much as I don't rate Odegaard or whoever's playing in that number 10, why can't he get the free role? Why can't our front players get the free role and then let the defenders fucking defend and overlap when the opportunity arises and shit?
What we're talking about, everything points back down to one person at this moment in time, and it's Mikel Arteta, bro, because I do my thing with positive down, bro, innit? So when all these players were doing well, bro, you know who's he's contributed to, innit? Arteta, his management. Look at the level Saka's gone to underneath this manager. When all these players fall off a cliff,
Tactical
my brother,
God.
when they fall off a cliff, it's nothing to do with Arteta. Man,
It's the players. It's the players.
It's the players. Man, Weke's coming in, he still can't finish his dinner. Why are we not looking at the coach saying, wait a minute, we know that his final product weren't good enough from Chelsea days. Why has that not improved? Why do we never why do people never want to point the finger at the man that's coaching these players? Odegaard's fallen off a cliff. Saka's fallen off a cliff. How many players? It's just
Martinelli is falling off a cliff.
100%.
And I'm very quickly, guys. I am convinced that this manager with these players don't do shooting drills. It's literally just all defensive work, set pieces, maybe the odd passing drills here and there, which clearly ain't.
I know what you mean. And that's it. They don't focus on it, people.
Yeah.
Because they take it out of context. That's what they'll do.
Do is probably doing doing a penalty shootout at the end of training or whatever, once, maybe twice a week minimum.
Or they do it for the cameras, because there's a few videos of them shooting. It's probably just for the cameers.
Exactly. What about Gyökeres' movement? Have you seen his movement on training?
Yeah, it still looks shit rash.
Look at this guy. Bro. You're harsh, man. Harsh. Done. But man, Kyle.
Yeah, Rashid,
Kyle, tell me a little bit about this Leeds game, man. How much it means for the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, I tell you, I think Leeds United are playing much better football than Arsenal. Much more flow. There's a lot of flow to their game. Pass movement. They're after scoring some great goals, team goals over the last few weeks. They're playing good football. They're playing with confidence. They have the crowd behind them. Ellen Road is a very, very tough, old-fashioned ground to go to. I think that we are under pressure. We're feeling the pressure. And I think Leeds United will do one over Arsenal on Saturday. I'm actually going for a Leeds United victory on Saturday. I have that feeling in my bones. And it's going to shake up the Premier League. And I think now, Rashid, look at, man, there's 15 games to go in the Premier League. That's a lot of points, brother. We're only 4 points ahead. We're playing rubbish football. We're relying on set pieces. Arteta keeps playing the same fucking muck week in, week out. Odegaard gets the ball. He spends 20 minutes on the ball, then passes it sideways. Saka's getting the ball. You know he's going to come on the inside. He's lacking pace. Declan Rice is running himself into the ground. Zubimendi he's not even worth talking about. Then you have the forward line, Kai Havertz, Jesus and Gyökeres. Between the three of them, you wouldn't make one striker. I said on Aaron's team talk, big up Aaron. Back in the summer there, I got very passionate because we were all talking about Sesko and this Gyökeres and who do we want at the club? And I actually said I don't want fucking none of them. And I said it just goes to show how bad world football is actually gone. As just not Arsenal, I'm talking about the game in itself. It's a long cry from the 90s when I was growing up and the 80s when I was growing up. The football today is dreadful to watch. Absolutely dreadful to look at. I don't care what league you're talking about. They're all shit as far as I'm concerned. Look at Real Madrid last night, for example. You know, it's like I keep saying, it's overhyped, these players at Arsenal are overcoached. you heard what Ben White said. That does what 2 training sessions on grass, and then it goes in and does the gym workouts. Other teams are doing 1 gym workout, and then 1 session on the grass. So we're running this Arteta. He has the players robotic. We're watching the game on TV. I know exactly what each player is going to do before they even do it. I know if Kyle Walsh can see that sitting here in his sitting room, obviously the top managers across the game can see what's going on. And when we come across someone decent, some good team in Europe in the knockout stages, say goodbye to us. I'm telling everybody here tonight, don't be hyped up. Don't be getting carried away. This is not what you think it is. We are going to crumble because this Arteta is not the man. I'm saying it for the last 6-7 years. I was making YouTube shows about getting Arsene Wenger out, Rashid, 5 years before Wenger actually left. I was a taxi driver. I'd be doing.
When did you want him out? Just like a little, when did you want him out? When was the year where you was like, that's it?
About 4 or 5 years before he actually did go. I could see that, he was too involved. We were talking about going to the Emirates, and just the players he was getting in, and this excuse thing, we have to have the money for the new stadium, that we're going to go there and compete with the best of the best. Like, we're still waiting to compete with the best of the best. It's a disgrace, Rashid.
It's a journey.
I tell you something about Arsene Wenger, right? That people are afraid to say it. But you know me, brother, I always speak out how I feel. 22, 23 years in charge of the Arsenal Football Club. And I know you talk about the great Alex Ferguson, you can talk about the special one, you can talk about this one, this fella and that fella. At the end of the day, 22, 23 years, he won 3 league titles for the Arsenal Football Club. He won no European Cup. To me, it's an absolute fucking disgrace. No, that's been straight about it. People say about the Invincibles. Yeah, that was a great achievement, don't get me wrong. 3 Premier League titles should have been a lot more. And we should have won a European Cup with that team that we had. 100%.
Facts.
And it hurts me as an Arsenal fan that we don't have a Champions League title at our stadium. Chelsea has, Man City has, Manchester United has, Liverpool has, Nottingham Forest has, and Aston Villa has, and the list goes on. We should fucking have one. And it hurts me because I feel under Wenger we should have.
Don't you feel like we was robbed though in that Champions League though, man? We was robbed a couple times in the Champions League.
We were robbed. We could always.
And Jens Lehmann, there was no need to stop Eto with that kind of way. Like, you're going to get a red card. It's 20 minutes in. Was it 20 minutes side like that? I mean, you're going to leave us in a bad predicament. We're going to play without an extra player.
Yeah. But you see, Wenger done something straight after that. Signing off. Wenger on something that disgusted me. Absolutely disgusted me. He made a substitution. And he took off that great man down there in that corner of my screen, Robert Perez.
Yeah.
Who at the time was the best one of the best football players of world football at that precise time. He should have left him on. He was a match winner. And that night, Thierry Henry fucked it up.
Yeah.
Call it whatever way you want. Thierry Henry had 2 or 3 great opportunities to score. And he fucking didn't. He bottled it when it fucking mattered. And I thought it as it is. People might disagree with me. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you how it was. And I'm telling you that it hurt me to the fucking core. So you have to call it what it is. It's all right to sit here, Rashid, for the last few years and shout out about Arteta this and Arteta that, but shout out about the past as well.
The past as well,
and that's what we're talking about, crumbling as well. This has been crumbling for many years before. It goes back to before Arteta. So we've seen this movie before.
Listen,
it's not DNA, man.
People, we're gonna end this on this, yeah. I will obviously get his prediction, and that's that. This is our how many times we've crumbled, yeah. We've crumbled in 2004, 5-point lead. We ended up second. 2007, 5-point lead. We ended up third. 2023, 5-point lead. We ended up second. 2013, 7-point lead. We ended up fourth. 2002, 8-point lead. We ended up second. 2022, 8-point lead. We ended up second, people. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But Kyle, please give us your predictions so we can wrap this up and send you lot over to Lee. I think Lee's alive right now.
2-1 to Leeds, brother. 2-1 to Leeds. And I mean that.
You're going with a loss. You're going with a loss too.
I think we're in trouble on Saturday, brother. I really think we're in trouble Saturday.
Big trouble.
Yeah, and I think the match will be won in midfield.
Yeah. That's why I went with a 2-0 loss. That's why I went with a 2-0 loss. It's going to be bad. It's going to be catastrophic.
I think so.
The crumbling is going to be in full flow on Saturday night. Best believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. But thank you, Dan. Make sure you sub to Dan, Gooners Therapy. Make sure you sub to Nat Star Official. And make sure you sub to Kyle Walsh. Listen, man, entertainment. You'll get the entertainment here, trust me. Big up to everyone that was locked in today. You showed us a lot of love, and now go show Lee some love. And we're out, people, set piece coaching.
Big up, brothers.
Rashid Raid on the way.